Hello everyone, John here with Ready Player Movies, and welcome back to a brand new video and to the complete collection series where today we are covering the letters H and I. Right guys, so we are now properly up to date with the letters. I apologise for my little blunder a couple of videos ago, which I did happily correct in the last one. Thank goodness. So yeah, we are now onto the H's, and obviously, as I've just mentioned before the intro, we're covering two letters today because I want to try and condense things as much as I can for a relatively short video if I can get away with it. So let's get straight into this, everybody. And first off, we have the excellent Hot Fuzz from Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Very good movie, really enjoy watching it. Next up, we have another really good movie, In the Hunt for Red October, from the brain of Tom Clancy, with Alec Baldwin as Jack Ryan. I almost said Ben Affleck there, but that was the next one, which was The Sum of All Fears. Next up, we have a Korean movie, In the Host, which is a really interesting film, everyone. This is basically about a mutated creature that goes on a rampage and takes a young child whose family go out to try and find her. Really good film, actually. Really quite surprising. It's been out for quite some time. Actually, this came out in I think it was 2008, possibly 2009. Really good film. If you haven't seen it, I will try and source it out. Next up, we have a Robin Williams fan favourite, In Hook, with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman. Not the best Spielberg film, but is good. But is still quite a good film. Still quite a few stickers on these. I'm taking them off as we go. Next up, we have the excellent Hocus Pocus with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker and Kathy Najimy, or whatever, however you pronounce her name is. I think this may be, not 100%, but I think that may be an Australian copy of this one. Not 100%. Right. Okay. Next up, we have an updated film on a relatively classic superhero film from I don't remember which comic. I don't remember which comic franchise it's actually from. But we've got the updated Hellboy with David Harbour. It's okay. It's not the best. It's not the original. Nowhere near on par as the original one with Ron Perlman. But it's still okay. You know, it does what it needs to do. I've got a little review on the channel from earlier on in my YouTube career, but yeah, have a look if you want to, or if you don't want. Next up, we've got Hard Target from John Woo with Van Damme and Lance Henriksen, and a young Arnold Vosloo, who will later be the Mummy from 1999. Next up, we have the 2018 Halloween. Hancock with Will Smith and Charlize Theron. Another really great movie, which is kind of like a rebel Superman, you could say. I really enjoy this film. I really do enjoy it. Really good movie. Next up, we have classic with Home Alone. Joe Pesci, Macaulay Culkin, Daniel Stern, and its follow-up, Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. Only ones I've got, only ones I bother with, and rightfully so, really. Next up, we have the movie Haywire with Ewan McGregor. It's not. Actually, I don't believe I've seen this one yet. It's quite a recent film because it looks like. Yeah, it looks fairly recent, but I'm not gonna hold my. I'm not going to count my coins on that one, on that particular comment, because I'm really not entirely sure. I don't really want to look at the back of it itself, look at it anyway. But anyway, Haywire is there. I will update you in the near future on that one. Next we have Ang Lee's Hulk. Now say what you want about me having this one. I enjoy this because this is probably the closest we're going to get to the Hulk that we actually saw in the comics. Despite what despite what some of the public and the critics actually say, this is actually a pretty good movie. It's just a little bit jarring with the directing style that Ang Lee went for with the split comic book theme going on. It took a few people off guard. Anyway, following on, we have Hacksaw Ridge from Mel Gibson and starring Andrew Garfield. This is an awesome war film. This based on real events. If you haven't seen this, I really do recommend it. Next we have classic film with The Hustler with Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason. Excellent sport. Well, you could say it's sports movie about the game of pool and hustling for money involved in the game. It got a remake. It got a remake in the I think it was the late 80s or the early 90s with Tom Cruise and Paul actually, or was it a sequel? Was The Colour of Money a sequel, guys? Let me know in the comments. I think it may have been because Paul Newman is in that movie alongside Tom Cruise. Next up we have the original Halloween from 1978 from John Carpenter, the great John Carpenter, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasence. Next we have the original and best Hellboy with Ron Perlman. I don't have the Golden Army, unfortunately, but apparently they might be finishing the trilogy off after all. Next up we have the remake of The Hills Have Eyes, which is actually a really good movie. Now, when it first came out, I went to see it at the cinemas, and in all honesty, I did not like this film. But it's grown on me over the years, and I'm actually pleased that I have it in the collection. Next we have Hereditary, which is probably one of the best horror films of recent years. Really great film this. I really do recommend you check it out. Let's take this off. I think I might have problems with that. Right, so I'll leave that one. So next off we have Hostiles with Christian Bale and Wes Studi and Rosamund Pike. Can't say I've seen this one yet, so I'll just leave it at that one. Excuse me. And to finish off the H's, we have Hatchet. Now this looks like this may be a DVD, but honestly, this is on Blu-ray. This is an import from Germany, I believe. But it does come with the DVD as well. I'll just open this up so you can see that it's presented as a digibook. It has all these different all the production notes and DVD and extras on it. Quite good. It's not a bad film. Not a bad film. The character behind it is Victor Crowley. Is is kind of a low budget take on the Friday the 13th. Really, really good film actually. I was actually quite surprised how good it is, and quite graphic as well. The some of the visuals in it are really, really, really well constructed. So I was really surprised how good it was for a low budget horror film. Next up we have The Iron Giant, which is a complete 180 on Hatchet, voiced by Vin Diesel. Lovely, lovely film this. So good. Really pleased to have that in the collection. Next up we have The Italian Job with Michael Caine. Really great film this. Its remake is actually really good as well, which is you don't see too often in movies. Next we have the brilliant Inglourious Basterds from Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt and Christoph Waltz. I do have to double check on these because it's been a while since I've seen some of them, so my memory is not very fresh on who is actually in these films. Next up we have It Follows, which is another one that I haven't seen yet, but have heard very good things about, so I should be getting around to watching this pretty soon. Next we have Interview with the Vampire with Tom Cruise and oh, is this another Brad Pitt? Yes, it is Brad Pitt and Christian Slater. Just turn an alarm off. Next up we have Independence Day. Love this film, really, really great. This actually came with a slipcover, which unfortunately back in the day I got rid of because I didn't see the point in having them. Now I am converted to liking slipcovers on Blu-rays and 4Ks also. So yeah, really great, awesome film. Not much can be said about this. So many classic lines. As mad as the some of the things that happen in this, it's such an enjoyable film. We have to follow up on this one. You can't not have Independence Day without having its sequel regurgence, as Big Paulie calls it. Yeah, say what you want about this, but this is a mildly enjoyable film. Give or take, it doesn't give or take. It doesn't have Will Smith in it, obviously. If it did have him in it, it will probably have a bit more charm, but it just lacks that. It just lacks that soul that the original movie has. Next we have another space movie from 1952. It came from outer space. One of the first, no. I think one of the first movies to be filmed in 3D, I believe. I mean, I could be very wrong about that, but I actually saw this not too long ago, and it's not bad. It's very much a product of its time. I can say that much. Next up we have a classic 1990 horror film from the pen of Stephen King. You know it's coming, and I've met the bunch of kids at Comic-Con, which I've documented in my Love of Horror video. Stephen King's It with Tim Curry, the original and best, without a shadow of a doubt, the best one. Not that the other two aren't great. The first part is pretty good, the second part not so good, but overall it's not a bad reimagining. Next up we have the awesome Inception with Leo DiCaprio and, oh god, who else is in this? Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Tom Berenger, Michael Caine, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. I can't remember his name now because it's she's transitioned. Well, we have a transitioned actor in this film. it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry out there, but I can't. I don't want to get it wrong, because I know I'll get a bit. I know there'll be a lot of heat coming from that if I do get it wrong. Anyway, next up we have "I Love Your Man" with Paul Rudd, a recent one that I've picked up in recent weeks. One that I got. I think I got this from a job lot that my friend had. That a friend had picked up, that he offloaded to me in my first video of the year. Still not got around to watching it yet. Next we have the brilliant Insidious with Tyson Kins and what's his name? Patrick Wilson. Very good film. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Next up we have the Imitation Game. I'm trying to read it backwards there. Didn't quite work. Benedict Cumberbatch. Brilliant film. Love it. Based on the story of Alan Turing. Sorry, I was trying to remember his name. How about that? We've got 2 Will Smith films to finish. First one of them is I, Robot, which is a film that I really enjoy watching. It didn't really get a massive following. Well, it has got a big following, but it didn't do so good when it first came out, which is a bit of a shame really, because it's an interesting thriller, this set in the future about an AI being that commits a murder. And Will Smith is the detective that's hot on the trail for this artificial being. Very good film, really good film. And next and last up, we have I Am Legend. Supposedly getting a sequel, which I'm actually quite pumped about, because this is a really good film. Regardless of what people think of the ending to it, I actually think it ends pretty well. But it's the alternative ending that is making this second film, which has allowed for this second film to be made, which I'm good with. You know, if we are going to get a sequel to this, that's all well and good. I will go and watch it, regardless of what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock at the time of the Oscars last year's Oscars, or was it this year? It was either this year or last year. I can't bloody remember. My mind's all over the place at the minute with everything that's going on in my life. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, I Am Legend as my last one of the eyes, and that is it, everyone. Thank you so much. I am still sliding down at this freaking chair. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate it. If you did like this video and you would like to see more of me, give me a like if you want. You don't have to. Comment down below. Tell me what your favourite films are out of this pile that I have shown you. Talk between yourselves. Even, I don't know, have a chat with me if you want as well. You know, you don't have to. Again, you don't have to. And if you want, you can also subscribe to keep on top of any videos that you would like to see me do. Well, if you'd like to see me carry on this journey on YouTube. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe and play safe. I'm not copying you, Jamie. I'm really not. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.